This morning I'm heading to Matt's at Obsessed Garage. I'm delivering his B16 engine and transmission and some of the miscellaneous parts that came off his car. We kind of boxed them and we're taking those to him, coordinating him trying to pick it up, send a truck. It's going to be a big pain. So I said, you know what, I want to pick your brain on a couple of things. Why don't I just bring it up and I'll talk to you about my ideas and you can kind of help me out and, you know, obviously just kill two birds with one stone. He's only 2 hours away from me, so that's not bad at all. So it stopped raining. It's pretty nice now. It's overcast. Let me show you. All right, we are literally in Matt's backyard right here, as far as I know, but we'll take a look at what is going on. Actually, this isn't his house. This is, I guess, what he calls HQ. This is where everything goes on.
The destination is on your right.
So this is it where he is hanging out. So let's go see if we can find him. Sit in this.
Well,
I'm not going to
take it out and drive it.
I'm not going to say no. I'd love to.
Yeah. Do it.
But I wanted to see this in person, this color, because it's not showing up obviously as well on my camera as it does on yours. But this is a really neat color. This is where you do most of your filming and your product reviews, right? I kind of recognize it from your videos.
Yeah, right here.
It always looks different in person. I'm a big fan of Milwaukee. We use that stuff every day. This is the newer versions of the version behind it. It was just showing me this stuff. And again, you watch it on his site. I don't need to show you this. But this stuff is terrific. It really is. I use this stuff. We both use it. George and I both use this stuff every day. And our half-inch impacts, they're stronger than our air impacts now. I'll show you the other end of this building later, but he's got a lot of inventory at the other side. A lot of people boxing, shipping. Look at this. You could say he's getting kind of serious with his filming stuff. But yeah, I'll show you on the camera if I get to drive this. I just wanted to sit in it because I wanted to see what kind of headroom I would have.
No, you got plenty of room.
Being 6'2", everything is tight on me.
It's a Porsche, man. It's got plenty of room. These are built for big Germans. Big Americans.
Headroom, look at this headroom. If I put my hand right here, I've got probably 8-10 inches in this. This is a lot bigger than I expected. Yeah, I've got to drive this thing. In fact, that it's a manual too, and it's roomy, but it's not a big car. It doesn't feel like a big car. The seat fits me right. These are the sport, is he gone? Yeah, these are the sport buckets, I think he said. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I'll film a little bit more when we drive this. We're going to do some filming, so I'll quit yapping.
You got 17 minutes left, John, on this 12,000 mile Civic Si.
It's not changed yet, has it?
No, no, it's still 36,500.
So this is crazy. He's crazy enough to buy one low mileage Civic Si. This one's even lower.
Yeah.
Now, you know what we should do is do the exact same thing again.
No. This one would stay bone stock. And, man, if I could buy for 36.5, I'd buy it right now. But I think it's going to go close to 50.
Yeah.
There's 1,027 watchers. 56,000 views. And look at the view count just kind of racking up here. You know, about 100 people every 2 minutes or so.
So as you see, it's a little bit more serious with this stuff than I am. A little bit different to me, just with the cell phone and a microphone. All right, so live stream is over. Hopefully you guys watched it. Hopefully we didn't chit chat too long. That's another thing I talked about. Car guys will chit chat forever. I can talk to Matt about so many things, but I'm going to scan through just on the way out of what he has going on over here.
Oh, he's not podcasting anymore. Don't tell her.
So look at this stuff he's got here. It's like car detail in heaven right here.
Is that what we're putting over there on the shelf, Jay? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we have it on the right side.
More packing supplies. I guess I should start taking the ratchet straps off and get it ready. So I don't know where he's going to put it, but then I'm going to drive the GT4 kind of excited about it. I'm kind of excited, and I'm kind of nervous about it because I might fall in love with it and then go, dang it, oh, I've got to have one. And this is but then again, I kind of like cars, so what the heck. It's another car, right? It's another experience. Would you guys watch it if I buy one and then build a titanium exhaust and take it to the track and then take it through a car wash just so Matt could like text me and go, what are you doing? I don't do that, by the way. I'm very, very picky the way I wash my cars. Often I get other people to detail them and ceramic coat them, but then I'm very careful with washing them. I have a pretty good wash system that I got from Matt, which I might talk to him about some more stuff while I'm here. But before I pull it off, did a good job wrapping this thing up. Look at this thing, 27,000 mile V16A. This was the intake that was on it. We just put it back in to seal it up and keep it all closed. Look at that.
Look at that little cutie.
It looks like brand new, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I just plugged this back on just to basically keep the hole full. You don't want stuff going in there.
Yeah.
There is another part of this, but this was pretty hokey.
Yep.
It wasn't the best. But everything, we just left it together, so...
So what I should do is just put it on, I'll put a pallet down right here, and we can...
Then put it on Craigslist and see what kind of fans you get coming out of the woodwork.
No. This sucker's going on a little pedestal.
You got a pallet right there. You want to put in one of those pallets?
Yep.
So it's way bigger inside than the Corvette. Very short shifter. All right, you said left at the stop sign, and then right at the light, and then if I get lost, I've got my phone here. Says go ahead and take it for a rip. Let it warm up a little bit. Put the windows open. It's all geared. It's the third gear. Yeah, I could see driving around in third gear in this thing. That's fourth gear, 2,500 RPMs at 45 miles an hour. That's way tall. So 6 gears. Suspension feels good. The seats, this seat is fantastic. This really is a comfy seat. The Corvette comp seats were comfy for the bottom part where my butt sits. It fit good there, but in my shoulders, it would like almost rub you in the shoulders. It would make you feel like you're doing this. And this driving position is where Matt, I guess I'm about the same height as Matt. The driving position is almost the same. So it's perfect the way it is. What is that right there? Water temperature is 178, oil is 150. I gotta let it warm up a little bit. Shifter is super precise. It's like solid. And he said just go through here some twisty roads. Now the exhaust has got an exhaust on it, but the valves are open all the time. Alright, not the most ideal position here, but kind of gives you an idea of what I'm looking at, and you can hear me. It's actually pretty torquey. I didn't expect it to really have that much torque. 2,500 RPMs. It's actually not bad at all. See, that's something that I'll miss on the Corvette, is that it has so much torque wherever you hit it, it goes. and this has more torque than I thought it would have. I think it's about 300 and I think he said it's 400 horsepower and 380 torque, something like that. That's pretty good. Oil temp's at 203 now. Water's at 192. So it's warmed up. I'll go this way, turn around, run it through the gears coming back. Yeah, 5th gear is way tall. Yeah, the rev match is on. Hear that? Oh, this thing feels great. Oh yeah, I love that rev match. I don't know these roads, so I'm not gonna go crazy. I don't want to show off. I'm not doing YouTube videos to be famous. This was probably a bad idea. Matt should have never let me drive this car. Especially with these roads. I don't have these roads where we are. Could have gone faster in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll blame it on. It's the roads. We don't have the same kind of roads. I like the steering wheel too. It's pretty simple. There's no buttons on it, no fluffy stuff. It's just a wheel. I love this stripe too. I wanted this on the other Corvette wheel. So my biggest gripe with Porsches is that sound it makes, like right off idle. There. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of... I think they all do it. It's just the nature of the motor. Once you get it to there, it sounds good. But that right off idle, but I guess you're only there for a short time. This feels better than I thought it would. This is 400 horsepower. This is exciting. I like it. So the Corvette I talked about, I like it because it's raw like an S2000. This has that kind of raw feeling. The steering is like super precise. I mean, look at this. Wherever you touch the wheel, it's there. You wouldn't need to move the wheel more than a quarter of a turn to go around anywhere, and it's very connected. Where's the gas gauge? Oh, gas gauge is at the top. It's got a digital gas gauge. What was that noise that just changed? Noise just changed at a certain RPM. I think he said the valves were closed. No, the valves are open all the time. Alright, so there, right there. What was that noise? You hear that? That's kind of weird. Oh, look at that, off-roading in the mail truck. Alright, so there's nothing up ahead. Let's go through here and rip it through the gears. Alright, nothing coming. Nothing behind me. Right, let's go. Yeah, this thing gets it. This is pretty impressive. Whoa, I don't know. I've got that giddy feeling again. Come on, truck, stay in your lane. It's very, very connected. It's got that driver feeling. It feels like it knows what you want it to do. And it's hard to describe that. The NSX didn't have it. It was a little wishy-washy in the front. The Corvette is a little slower in the front to turn. This is like wherever you want it to go. And it's torquey. It's way torquey than I thought it would be. I've driven a GT3, but I didn't drive it that much. And I don't remember it being as torquey as this. But then again, I came from the Corvette directly into a GT3, so let's make a right here. I have no idea where I am. In the middle of nowhere. The transmission is absolutely solid. I mean, it's very, very precise. I wish I could film this transmission. It's like click, click. It's like the D10's balls have massive springs behind them. It's super noticeable when it changes gear. It doesn't go into the gear and feel a little bit halfway. It's in. It just reminds me of doing the D10's ball upgrade on a transmission. You know, the bigger balls are the bigger springs, because it goes in and it's just solid. So far, if you can't guess, I'm kind of impressed. And the sound is exciting too. It doesn't sound, it's got a different sound completely. The 0 to, when I say 0, 1000 to 2500 RPMs, it just sounds funny, and it seems like that's the way Porsches are. It kind of has that brrr sound, but once you get it up there, it just immediately wakes up. Yeah, that funny sound there, it does that too. I think it's the electric throttle, and I barely touch it. So, I don't know, I really like it. I kind of went into it thinking that I might like it, but I also kind of went into it thinking I don't want to like it, because I can't keep changing cars. I'm not driving a car for more than 6 months and then I'm getting rid of it. But wow, this thing is good. I'm going to look around it on the outside while it's sitting here. If you don't need it back right away, let me walk around it and take a look at this. So I really liked it. It's awful.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. Why did you let me go drive that thing? You know what the next step is?
It's suited for you.
I know it is. What's the little burp thing that it does? If you're like, you kind of 3,000, 3,500, and you kind of just hit it, goes burp.
I don't know.
Is that the valve that opens?
I don't know what the heck's going on with that. I think that's a valve that's...
Because you have the valves
wonky.
Disconnected, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was
That's
the only thing.
Exact thing that I hear. I'm like, I don't know what that just started doing. I don't know what the heck it is. It's something to do with the valve.
Yeah, it was just light throttle.
That's going on. That'll fix it.
That you can open and close the valves mechanically?
Yes, with a controller. Yeah.
Okay.
So right now I think it's like flooded. Like I think one of the valves is fluttering. So what happens is as soon as you get a little throttle,
it kind of goes
opens back up.
Yeah, and it's almost like a...
sounds like a cylinder deactivation.
Yeah, it almost sounds like that. That's kind of what I thought it was, but...
I don't think so, though. I don't
the
think
sound is great. And then... But yeah, it's tall geared. I don't think I used fifth.
Oh, no.
I went up to probably 80 mile an hour, and it's quite happy.
Yeah, second and
fourth
third gear, you just riding around.
Yeah. Yeah, I just took it down that road and just running it up to fourth. It sounds good. I like it.
Yeah, the brakes are insane.
The brakes are insane.
Yeah.
The steering is the biggest noticeable difference. I mean, you could do everything from quarter of a turn.
It's fun.
I like it.
Figured you would.
Like I said, I wish I didn't drive
It's
it.
what an S2000 should be, you know.
It is.
Yeah.
It's along the lines of an S2000, just and it's torqueier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's like, you're not wanting for power. So imagine, you know, the GT4 RS is another 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
At the same weight.
That one's a whole step up, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's 2.5 times what that one is.
Yeah. Well, this is 120-ish, and that's 240. Yeah. So that's rated at 415, but it's probably doing, you know, I think they do like 420, 430 at the wheels.
Yeah.
So they're underrating the horsepower.
I'd like to see one on the dyno. If he was in the neighborhood, would have to put it on the dyno real quick. like you're in my neighborhood very often. So my GoPro died right after that. I don't know why. These don't seem to last very long. But I do want to give a big thank you to Matt. One, for giving me some good advice on the store. I do plan to get the store up and running for 2021 and sell the products that we use. It's not going to be a store just to sell stuff. We get a lot of requests for different supercharger parts, the clutch package, you know, the merch, and there's a bunch of other little things, but we don't have an easy way to process. And by talking to Matt, he simplified it and showed me where to start and do this, do that. Don't listen to anybody else. Everybody's give us advice, and we've ended up with, you know, different sites that have not worked, and it's been just a pain, and I don't have a dedicated IT guy to sit and just work on that stuff. So this should make life a little easier for us and get it put together. And of course, I do want to thank you for letting me drive your GT4, Matt. It's obviously a big deal for the trust. I mean, for me to take a $120,000 car out, he hasn't even got 1,000 miles on it, and all I wanted to do is sit in it to see if it had more headroom than my Corvette. My Corvette, if I put a helmet on, I've got like a hand distance here, and my head's on the roof. And he said, no, if you're going to sit in it, you may as well drive it. So that was a big thing. So big thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it. I almost wish you didn't let me drive it, because now I'm obviously thinking about GT4s. So we'll talk about that maybe in a future. I have to kind of let it stew. I don't want to be on the excited high of driving it now. You know, I gotta think about it. Plus, we're going to do a Toys for Tots thing tomorrow, hopefully. So I'm going to get to drive the Corvette. So I might get it out of my system. Then again, I might still be thinking about it. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Check out Obsessed Garage, his YouTube channel. The podcast is going to go up if you missed it. We did a live podcast. If you didn't see it, he's going to put it up on his channel in a couple of days. You'll be able to check that out. In the meantime, don't forget, enjoy your cars.